I'm tired of feeling bad about my goals. I don't really know what I want to be doing right now. I don't have to feel in a rush. I guess we're about to F around and find out. I have been doing a ton of organizing around my office, getting ready to do taxes, and honestly just organizing this room because it's become a little bit of a catch-all for our upstairs. During the holidays, it was like gift wrap central, and it has also just become home to like all of the wires and small things. I have bags of small things like all over the place. Spoiler, I have not made any goals for 2025. It just was like a wonky year so far and just haven't gotten to it. And so that just kind of made me think, is it too late to talk about goals for the year? And I'm going to say no. It's never too late because, well, that just makes sense. Lately, my goals have been pretty low stakes. Get through the day, tidy up the kitchen, spend more time with my boyfriend and dog, and lean in to rest. Nothing big, just small things that just feel good right now. And as much as I'm trying to keep up with routine tasks, I'm also trying to live a little more intuitively, asking myself what would actually help, not just what's on my to-do list. When or if things get overwhelming, I like to take it offline. Writing things down in a notebook or just doing something tangible like cooking or cleaning. Berkman talks about how we often get caught up in the digital world and sometimes stepping away from the apps and screens and just doing work with our hands is exactly what we need. So today, I'm making English muffins in an attempt to do that. This week, I finally finished Oliver Berkman's Meditation for Mortals. It's his new book that came out. It's his latest book that came out last year. And the way he wants you to read it is like over the span of, I think, like 4 weeks. It might be 4 months. In my case, I feel like it was 4 months and it probably shouldn't have been. But if you subscribe to his newsletter, The Imperfectionist, It's basically like the newsletter expanded over and over and over again. But it's grouped in some great sections, and it was really the perfect thing that I needed to be reading. What he talks about in all three of his books are just like a different approach to time management and productivity. It just kind of gave me a little bit of an extra spark to maybe set some goals for this year. Obviously, part of that is continuing to work on this channel and not just filming and editing, but also adding some new elements throughout that will hopefully add to the storytelling aspect.
I mean, it's okay. I can tell that it's like fucking a store-bought pasta.
One of the reasons I'm taking my time as far as setting up goals and even being able to articulate what a goal might look like is because I don't really know what I want to be doing right now. I want to enjoy my work. I want to expand my client base just so I'm not relying on a couple of clients. I want to do some new things. I want to learn the new things. Some simple goals will do. I just feel like I'm in a slow season, and not in that like work is slow. I just kind of want to operate more in the slow lane. I think you have to do that maybe if you are trying to be intentional, because you got to figure out what you're being intentional about. I am just not in my goal setting era right now, and I think there's a pressure to start a bunch of things, but I really think I'm stretching already. I just want to have a couple of goals that have definitive end dates so that I don't end up in a position like I am now where I have a bunch of things that I've started and I've put in motion. It's almost like too many systems or, the system is on overload, however you want to use that metaphor. And it just means that no matter how intentional I'm being with some new things that I want to be doing, ultimately it's just like some things have to be sacrificed. And then I just feel bad about it. I'm tired of feeling bad about my goals. Maybe what I should be doing right now is just waking up every day and making a task list, and those are my goals for the day. My goal is to make dinner, or my goal is to go to the gym 5 times a week. And even though I'm saying that out loud right now, like those sound like legitimate goals, I don't know what is going on inside me that thinks that those are invalid, or maybe I think on some level I just don't think that they're legitimate enough. We're gonna get out of this. We're gonna get out of that way of thinking. Broadly, my goals are I want to continue working out and continue this base of fitness, even though I'm a little injured. Apparently I will be a little injured until the end of time, but just to focus on recovery and not worry about time, not worry about how long it takes, just try to keep going. And as it involves finances, we just start. I'm just gonna start with my taxes. We're gonna see how the numbers are for last year, what I owe this year, and what I can do to maybe make that better, either by, having fewer expenses, having more clients, maybe increasing rates, investing better. There are lots of different avenues, and I think having some clarity and just learning more about my options is great. I just want to reconnect, and I want to really invest in friendships that matter to me, in relationships, even client relationships that are important, and also just with an appreciation for life that is just going to involve taking a step back from some of this craziness for as long as I can, and just try to make my world as self-sustaining as possible. There's been a lot of anxiety, there's been a lot of sadness, there's been a lot of fear, but there's also, we're entering spring. We're just a few days removed from spring happening. I can see it out my window. I can see it with the sun changing the light in this room. I am so excited to be working on my closet. I think I will be relieved when it's done and I don't have to walk into a room of clutter and nostalgia to some degree. Books like Oliver Burkeman's and others like him who really put a lot of time and effort into helping people kind of organize their minds a little bit. They're not trying to teach me KonMari, and they're also not leading me in the direction of thinking that a clean closet is a happy life. I think that's important. But I also know for myself that having less around is better for me. And leaning into what is working and what is helpful is kind of just the place that I am at right now with what I want to work on. I think some simple goals will do. Someone I talk about on this channel a lot is Ali Abdaal. He's a productivity expert on YouTube, and he released a book last year called Feel Good Productivity. I got Ali's newsletter, and it was called Why I Haven't Filmed This Video Yet, and it was literally about the struggles that he faces in filming and being consistent with videos, even though he has 6 million subscribers on his channel. He referenced Steven Pressfield in his book The War of Art as calling it resistance, and Eric Partaker, who is his CEO coach but who's also written a book, calls it the voice of the saboteur. And it's the part of your brain that's hell-bent on sabotaging whatever creative thing you're trying to do. The saboteur never says don't do the thing, because that would be super easy to ignore. Instead, it says we can do the thing, but we need to work harder, prepare more, and wait until everything is perfect before filming this video. And before you know it, you've convinced yourself to wait another day, another week, or in my case, a whole month. He asks himself one simple question: does this video have the potential to help at least one person watching it? That's it. That is kind of what's compelling me to send it in this video. I am sending it out to you in case you're watching this and also thinking, I don't know what to do with myself right now. I don't know what my goals should be. I don't know where I'm at. There's plenty of time to figure that stuff out along the way. If you're not in a position to make measurable goals and do your 75 hard or whatever you want to do, there's plenty of time for that. You don't have to feel in a rush. Berkman says this a lot in his books, that there is no perfect time to start. These are the goals that I'm setting now, but there may be bigger goals I set later on in the year. There may not be. And I think that our goals and our lives, they are always shifting, hour by hour, day by day. They're evolving. I'm learning that goal setting is less about waiting for the perfect time or reaching a fixed destination or an endpoint, and it's more about paying attention to what is important to me right now. and being open to wherever that takes me. And I think it's also about just giving myself permission to let my goals grow. Berkman's work has been helpful on that. Ali Abdaal's work has been helpful on that. And honestly, just being outside and having some quiet time and leaning into my introvertedness, I think is also helping me do that. And I think that is just what I need in this season. If you are going hard on some goals, that is excellent, and I commend you for it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.